Hi, my name is Vishal. In this video, let's have a look on the lava shader. I'll be creating this shader procedurally with the available textures inside Maya and utilities. For that, I've created a simple model, which is a cube, which has been scaled later um, to form this particular shape, and it is smooth meshed. And I have a plane model on the ground. And if I just show you the UVs are also done for this model. So they are in two different tiles, but it's okay that texture will be repeated on this and this. This particular UV set is on the top. I mean, this one is what in the second tile, what you're seeing. Okay, lava shader, I'll be using, I'll be doing that in the Arnold software. So first, I'll just render the scene. I've already done one example, you could see there. So this is what I've got here. So this is very simple, basic, nothing complicated about it. A plane, a lava model, AI standard surface shader assigned to the ground plane, and AI standard surface shader assigned to the lava geometry. Now I'll assign a displacement map. For that, I'll open Hypershade. I'll just clear the graph and then bring the AI standard surface shader. Okay. Now the idea here is to create a displacement material in the AI standard surface material. I'll be taking fractal texture. No, not fractal. I'll take the noise texture, and then let me render the model. And you see something like that. The texture what I'm right now using is a below texture. I'll be using a wispy texture for this particular example. So wispy gets that nice smeared liquid effect, and that is what I really want here. And what I will do is I will take a utility between the texture and the displacement shader. So I'll be taking a utility that is remap value. Okay, and I connect the alpha to the input value, and out value connects to the displacement. Now let's have a look on the render. I'll be making this texture to be more flat. Okay, and then I want that cavities around. Okay, we have the output values in the remap which you can control. So it is defaultly 0 and 1. So what I do is I'll make this value to minus 0.04 and this one as 0.08, so that the amount of displacement will be reduced. This sort of adjustment you may not do in the 32-bit displacement texture. As this is a procedural texture, its value ranges between 0 to 1. So I need to keep that water level in mind. So I need to put a value ranging from negative value to the positive value. Negative value will be half of what it was here, and I get this value here, this result here. Cool. So I got that nice smear where I can create the lava in the gaps there. Okay, so I'll select the AI standard surface shader, and I'll take the color and make it black, and also I'll make it look slightly rough, like that. Okay, now just go to the emission here and put an emission value of 1, and in the color I'll take the layered texture. Okay, and in the layered texture I'll be connecting the noise which was remapped. So I'll just duplicate this and then connect it again. Now we have the layered texture, right? So in layered texture, right now what I've got is the blue color, sorry, the green color, and in the green color I'll be taking the texture. Okay, so I'm taking a texture again. It's a noise texture which will have that nice billows or bobbling sort of texture, and I'll just go down to the effects and remap it, which will give me a ramp texture which I'll be replacing with the rainbow. So what happens is the red is the black color and the blue is a white color thing. So I'll be taking this red color, put a value of 1, not 1, put a value of 2, and then keep it saturated like that. Okay, now I'll take the second color, I'll take a more saturated color and then put a value of 2 again. Okay, that gives that nice luminance texture. Okay, let's put that one also to done, and lastly I'll take the black color. That's very nice. Now what I do is I will repeat the texture of the noise. So this is the repeat value. I'll repeat this to 5 by 5 times so that I get, let me see, oh, I used a wrong, adjusted the wrong texture, so I need to do this one. So let's put that to 5 by 5. Okay, or maybe 3 by 3, and select the ramp, and I don't want huge contrast there. That should be fair enough, like that. Cool. Now what I do is I will in the alpha I'll connect this remap value. Okay, I'll just duplicate this remap value, Control D, and then connect the out alpha, then take the out value to the alpha of the map. Okay, now let's render, and you're seeing the reverse of what I am actually getting here. So I need to select my texture, and then okay, so I'm expecting this in the creases of the lava, but again I need to go down, reset the value of this output minimum and output maximum, and okay, that's really cool. I'm expecting more luminance, that's why I'm increasing the value there. So if you see there, there's slight bleed there, and that is because of this point. I'll really cut it sharply. Okay. Somehow I just want a slight texture on this black area. So what I will do is I will just choose in the geometry section, I'll be using a fractal texture, which will give me that nice bump value. Okay. I'll increase the bump value there. Just let's a part of the model, and also let's increase the shine on it so that I can just feel some gloss on it. Okay, that nice texture on the model, which is connected into the bump. You can use bias value and inflection to get that nice texture on it. Maybe you can increase the ratio if I'm expecting more frequency texture there. Okay, if you can render this into different render elements, then you get the lava and the material separately. So if you can pick the AOVs, that is the diffuse and the emission, then you get your diffuse elements rendered separately, and then you got your emission separately, which you can multiply on the existing texture and get the comp control. Not only that, you can also use this textures animation, like in this case I've used the noise. Okay, we can just animate the time here, which changes the pattern of the texture there. Whether you are animating lava or the red boils inside it here. So change it and the boils keep changing it. So mostly I just here in the time I'll write equals to time multiplied by 0.1 or maybe 0.02, which can slowly change the pattern, because it's not very low viscous liquid. It is a very thick, high viscous hot molten lava, so it can't change textures very quickly or rapidly. You can maybe use some deformers, and then you can animate this lava flow. Then it gives that nice feel of flowing. You can use cluster deformer, soft modification tools, and then slightly pull it, and then also animate the texture by the translation value, and the texture will also move in a very specific direction there. So you can give that life to the whole lava model. Apart from that, even you can create a simulation and then assign a texture very similarly. Still it works that way. Okay.